You're listening to Karim Bitar on the Beat London 103.6 FM.
All right, after hearing all that fantastic music, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the man is in the building. Kes is right here. How you doing, my friend?
Good. Blessed love. Hey, big up. It's good to be here.
It's good to have you in London. Obviously,
Yes,
it's not your first time in London.
No. It's been 4 years, so this is a good comeback. You know what I mean?
4 years.
4 years, because of course we've had the pandemic, but before that it was 2 years before that. So, this is a real homecoming.
I did not think, because obviously the pandemic was 2 years. What were you doing for the 2 years before that?
Well, 2 years. I mean, we're just touring everywhere else. We just didn't end up here. So, I'm glad that we are, and I'm glad. I'm looking forward.
No,
really,
listen,
really looking
we're
forward.
very, very happy to have you here.
Man.
Listen, the Beat London as a radio station, as a family, has supported you for a long time.
Thank
we
you
love
so much,
your music.
man. Thank you.
Every time you throw something out there, we playlist it.
Sweet.
It's a nice partnership. Let's keep it
Thank
going.
you.
Keep making
Listen.
good music. And speaking of that good music, so you've had Liki Tiki and Jolene of recent.
Yes.
Hello, Whatless, Stage Gone Bad. The list goes on and on and on. Boss Lady, you've always had a knack for creating catchy hooks.
Yeah, man.
What's the secret?
I mean, it's just the nature of what soca is, Soca is very catchy and accessible and that kind of vibes. You have to, I guess for me, I have to want to listen to it all the time. I have to want to listen to it repeatedly. There's just, I guess, a few litmus tests I do with stuff,
What are the litmus tests?
Once there's the rhythm of life in it, if the piece of music or the vibe has that sort of thing that just keeps going and going and going, hello, if you listen to the rhythm alone, it's just, that there was a song ready to be written on something like that, So I kind of look for that sort of, we call it Moorish, that Moorish flavor.
Taste, the addictiveness.
This music is addictive. This feels like a hit. So, I'm drawn to those things. So I'm glad that these songs translate. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy at all. I mean, let's take Hello, the hook for it. Hello. I mean, you would think, someone would look at that and be like, I could do that, but no, you can't. Not like Kes. And something like that, I think it's just the way you use the melody and stuff. I think it's addictive. You hear it 500 times. It's a timeless track.
I feel like that, and it's also too the time of recording too and capturing that vocal that sometimes it's your first thought and you kind of overthink it and have to go back to that first thought and be like, wow, okay, cool, I had it there already. You know what I mean? So so it's a crazy process.
I'm glad you talked about that kind of the process of soca as well, because we went out to Trinidad Carnival in 2020.
Nice.
We'll be talking about that a bit later. Don't you worry. But obviously, for people who don't know about soca culture, the tracks are played literally over and over again. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're played so much, they have to have that timeless aspect. So when you're making them, you have to keep that in mind, right?
For sure, because you're in a race with a lot of other songs and sounds and accessible music. But yes, to make it timeless is always a tricky thing. You know what I mean? So you always want that. You always hope for that.
You're doing a good job, in my humble opinion. You don't need me to tell you that.
Bless you. No, it's always good, man.
Karim Bitar,
give me that encouragement, man.
In West London, my opinions are valued. I'm not sure in Trinidad just yet, but
it's all good.
We'll work on it. You've got your sold out headline show tomorrow at the Troxy coming up.
Yes.
And of course the Liki Tiki tour next month. You've got Brooklyn, Philly, San Diego. You're hitting all these beautiful locations. Surely you've got a few memorable tour stories that you can tell me about.
I mean, there's a lot, some I can tell you and some I can't, but
well, listen, hey, we got time, man.
I mean, tour is just always an amazing thing. What we do as a band, obviously we're a whole band, a whole unit. We explore, we basically, if there's a thing to do, we want to do it. You know what I mean? So we would rent if we were in Belgium, we renting bikes and we riding on, wherever it is. So it's just the moments. I know they're gonna have a few moments on this tour as well too. You know what I mean?
The kind of moments you can tell me about, or the kind of moments you can't.
I can tell you about it, man. That's not a problem. But I think for us, it's just we capture the essence of a place. So if I come, like, I love to eat in London, so I'm gonna look for good food out here, and just the quirkiness of what London is too. Sometimes, I love that essence. So all of us love to explore. So it's good.
I've got a few recommendations. Fair, and obviously, if I'm not mistaken, you've got two brothers in the band with you.
Definitely.
Does that make the traveling experience special as well?
Yes, for sure. Family band, family unit. So we've started as family and we grew to this point, but it's kept that family energy. So everybody else is family too, brothers, gang. you know, like a gang on the road, you know.
That is ridiculous. And do you know what, my brother Joe, if you're listening in, this is how we should do it, man. we should take some notes from Kes and
man, for sure.
It's actually very cool that you have the band, and obviously everyone's musically talented as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, so you know, we all bring a piece to the table, and everybody has their strengths, and it combined is amazing.
I love that. And we mentioned the tour, and it feels about right.
Yeah, man.
It would feel rude not to play the track.
Yeah, man.
Which the tour is named after. A track which, like I said, we playlisted.
Sweet.
A track which has that addictive, Moorish nature to it. This one here, Kes featuring Jay Perry.
Yeah, man. Take up.
This is Liki Tiki right here. If you haven't heard of Kes, you've been blind for your whole of your life, or deaf. All right, we're back with the man himself, Kes, in the building. How you feeling?
Blessed. Feel good, man. Feel good, man. We talking about food too, man.
Yeah, you know what? We just exchanged some restaurants. I might post it on the Beat London's Twitter as well.
Man,
maybe we will go together. We'll see what we do.
Yes,
We talked about Trinidad Carnival.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of going to Trinidad Carnival in 2020. I've got one of my best friends here, and if not my best friend in the building, Joe, with me. We went together, and it was most definitely a Kes-influenced affair.
Oh, sweet.
Tuesday on the Rocks.
Yes.
We were there.
Sweet.
AM Beach, the Caesars Army. We were there. You also won Road March that year with Stage Gone Bad.
Yes. That was the first time?
What? No, I want to ask you quickly, what does Trinidad Carnival mean to you, and how would you sell it to people around the world? Because when we went, it just it changed our lives.
I'm so happy to hear that you guys went.
Changed my life. I'll show you.
Got 13 of your blood brothers. You know, we've done it together.
No, honestly, it felt like that. How would you describe what it means to you?
It's a pilgrimage. It's something that if you're into the culture, or even if you're not, you'll be pleasantly surprised of imagine an entire nation shutting down to party. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're accustomed to seeing communities do their thing, but the entire place shuts down, the entire city, we take over the streets. It's really I would say a religious experience, but it's very spiritual. It's very much it's a lot. There's a lot to describe in one word.
Would you agree with me that as much as we want to describe it, there's nothing like actually going there?
This is
it. Like you feel it.
Because your interpretation of it is so many ways you can go. As in, you can go there and experience this type of experience or that type of experience, or have a mix of everything. It depends on you. Like what your vibe is. Like, cool, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. It's gonna cater for like all your if you don't want anything too crazy, it has that too. You know what I mean? It has all the zones. Yeah, something for everybody. So it's gonna change your life. You're gonna come back the next end different. It's gonna destroy you as well too. Like, be prepared.
We went out like 5 days before Carnival, because obviously all the pre-events, and one of the pre-events, AM Beach.
Yes,
you performed there.
Yeah,
you've performed at a lot of shows. I'm gonna jog your memory of something here. You do a thing, obviously a lot of artists do this, where you tell people, "Hey, who's here from the islands? Everyone from Grenada, give me a shout. Everyone from this." You start shouting out France. You shouted out the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
A lot of us made noise. You then went on to see that there was a tall white guy in the crowd, very good looking guy, yeah?
I was like, I know this dude's face.
You saw him dancing in the crowd.
Yeah.
You saw he's right behind me here.
No, man.
You saw him dancing. You told him to get on stage with you.
Mashed it up.
And he's right there.
He destroyed. I remember that. He represented. They're like, yeah. Pass. Yeah.
So you were creating. I'm going to show you the video.
Sneaky. Yeah.
He's a massive fan of yours.
Awesome.
These events, you literally, I feel like you're the name in Trinidad. When your name's involved in these events, man, it's down to go off. How do you feel like? Do you feel grateful?
I mean, that's the word, grateful, you know, because we all start somewhere, we all vibrate a level. It's nice to be at that position where I could give energy that's ours, you know what I mean, and sort of like affect something here, you know. I've always been in awe of Carnival because I've never missed one in my life, you know what I mean, except, you know, of course for the lockdown, but you know, it's just to see it evolve and still find a place in it. I'm happy that I'm in their place, you know.
I mean, even when Carnival wasn't going on, you put up a live stream, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And you were doing your thing. And again, I'll bring you to my friend Joe in the background here, who invited us all to his house, and we all watched the live stream. And we were in London enjoying the vibes, doing the things. So this is what I think people like about you a lot. Not only do you make good music, but it feels like you want to give back to people, to the fans, and that feeling of not having Carnival for the first time, something which was so central to Trinidad, to the Port of Spain, everything.
Yes.
You had to do the live stream. How did it feel in the pandemic? It felt strange.
It was totally. It was therapy for us as well, because we were sort of, our drawers was dropped, for at least 2, 3, 4 months. Don't know what to do, and then we said, "Yo, let's first record a live album." So that's what really came out of it. We didn't capture ourselves live on tape like it was usually, recorded tracks, producer type tracks. But cool, let's capture ourselves live. Hey, let's do an event, let's do a stream. Cool. So we did all of that together, and just really helped us. It helped us, and we were, through our therapy, we're glad that people felt, because it was real, you know what I mean? It was like, to even activate to do it was a lot, so I'm happy that we did, and we pushed through and we got it done.
I think it was a win-win for everyone. Everyone is like, you said it's your therapy, but you're also putting on entertainment for the people,
and I'm happy that the people felt that. You just never know. After you put it out, you're just like,
listen, man, you absolutely killed it. We're gonna have a few adverts, and we're gonna be back right here with Kes. Don't be going anyway here at the Beat London.
Goodness.
Alright, we've got half an hour of the show left. I hope you've been enjoying yourselves. Kes, have you been enjoying yourself?
I have been. It's great to be back in London, man. Yesterday the sun came out, so I was happy.
And this morning it was absolutely disgusting.
But it was, you have to take that with it too in London. This part of it, man. Actually moving with an umbrella.
it's unpredictable.
It is.
And the thing is, we've got an event coming up this weekend in London.
Yes,
it's world famous. Nearly as big as the Trinidad Carnival.
Aye.
Notting Hill Carnival.
Big up to Notting Hill, man.
Talk to me. Tell me everything you know about Notting Hill Carnival.
I mean, for me, I knew it started off of like a rebellion. This definitely was a protest into the streets that turned into the carnival, which to me is the root of all carnivals, root of our own, of course, root of even in Labor Day in New York. It's out of Harlem. So to know its roots were genuinely, to find a place to express, we were taking it to the streets, and to see it grow into what it is today is more of an international festival now. Like, I love the aspect of different stages, and I could see not just Caribbean, but like Brazilian and house and everything. I love that aspect of it. To me, that's it. That's the nature of Carnival. It's an all-inclusive party, you know what I mean? You're over there, you understand, there's everybody from, all walks of life you are part of this, this is not one type
it's
of
amazing
vibe or person, nothing.
It's for me personally, I think it's the best thing about West London.
This is
by far and away. And we're even mentioning other genres. You're mentioning house and stuff like that. All of these have black music origin.
Of course.
I mean, so I know there's a lot of people out there who say, okay, we should just have one of these genres, like the traditional genres, but it is nice to see that black music's being celebrated across I think it's 36 static sound systems. Is it 36? Can I get a check? 36
it's part
static
of it.
Sound systems, and then the procession as well.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So
you perform there?
Wait, on your road?
Notting Hill Carnival. Where do you perform?
You know what? Well, we have a show tomorrow in the Troxy,
Of course. I'm going. I'm excited.
But I'm not going to be here for the road, I have to head back to Trinidad for the 60th Independence.
No way.
So we have a performance there. So I kind of have duty calls in that way. However, I'm happy and I'm still here, and we can make a splash and we can make some vibes. I know you're going to represent on the road. Y'all have learned a few of the tricks and tricks.
My hips are a little looser.
Let's go.
My hips are a little looser. We're going to represent tomorrow at the headline show.
Definitely.
You have sold out the Troxy.
I'm very, very happy for that. Last time I performed in Troxy was so many years ago, so I'm very happy that we're back as a band and it's a sold out show. And I want to do something even more for London again. So because people are like, they're done already, they're cursing right now, but it leaves room for something else and another time. Next time, don't miss it out.
That's the thing. Do you know how many people have been messaging me saying that I couldn't get a ticket to it?
Yeah.
So we're going to be making people jealous on social media tomorrow.
Well, we will. But we'll be back again, I'm sure. And this time, I hope that everybody could really get a vibe.
Come on now. And what are you getting up to for the 60th Independence in Trinidad?
We actually have it's a sunrise party. Yeah. AM Beach.
AM Beach.
Yeah. Caesars and them same promoters. as well too.
Should we miss Carnival? Should we maybe half and half?
Nah, man, come back for 23. 23 is gonna be crazy in Trinidad. Trinidad's Carnival is gonna be nuts because it's been 3 years.
That's the thing.
Since, so we're expecting a huge one.
The pent up demand, because the thing is, in the run up to Notting Hill right now, it's only been 2 years for us without Notting Hill, but I can just feel the energy this time. You can feel people are raring to go. They're putting that extra bit into their costumes. They're putting that extra bit into getting ready. All of this good stuff. You're gonna find me on the street somewhere, just flat. I'm getting ready to see the movie. I'm actually ready. I'm so excited. I'm upset you're not gonna be there, man.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I really wish I could be, but
I understand. I get it.
We will be back. We'll be back. I haven't been on the road itself for a while as well too, so all of that has to fix.
This is why you're a good man. And one track I'm gonna wait. I can't wait to hear as well. You and I were George. Obviously, the Road March 2020.
Yeah, man.
Stage Gone Bad. What do you love about that track?
Just the energy, and it felt like a rock soca. It felt like a rock song, and just for people who were surprised the fact that myself and I they couldn't understand how is that gonna sound as a combination. Well, here it goes. You know what I mean? And I think so happy for that. Surprised.
Exceeded all expectations.
Great for that.
And
man.
What's funny is when we came back from Carnival, that was kind of the song that stuck in our heads. Obviously, you had so many. You had Savannah Grass, etc. That one there, I think we played it to everyone when we got back, and everyone who heard the track would just get that sense
that energy.
I have to move. Yes. So we're going to test that out again for our listeners right now.
Yes, sir.
We're going to play Stage Gone Bad. Could you introduce it?
Yo, this is the energy. Big up and bless up to the entire London crew. It's Carnival weekend, baby. The Stage Gone Bad.
Just listening to the fantastic Jolene by the man who's in the studio right now. It goes by the name of Kes. I don't know if you know him. He's a fantastic man. He's sitting right in front of me. And we've got to give a little shout as well to Nisha from BBMC Entertainment International, who's listening and enjoying the Kes interview. Again, how are you? I need to keep checking on you. I need to make sure you're happy.
I am great. I am actually looking forward to the next few days that I'm here, man, and just maximizing the time, you know what I mean?
You said this earlier. When you travel, you want to maximize.
I want to maximize the time.
You've been honest about this, and I want to talk to you about Soca, the genre.
Yeah.
It's standing in the global community. So everyone in this room, there's a lot of people outside this room who love the genre. How can you see the genre progressing in future? Because you're one of the leading lights in the genre, if not the leading light.
Well, I think it's just a matter of growth, and I think a lot of people now being introduced to the energy in different ways, whether it's through a friend or your girlfriend or or you having to go carnival or however it is. I think the accessibility now has opened up quite a bit. It's just a kind of click away to understand what that world is, and you're gonna find a song that you like. You're gonna find a vibe that you like about it. I think before it was the challenge was to how do we expose people to what this is, because it's a kind of 360 experience. You know what I mean? You may hear a song, but if you never experienced a fete or a vibe, you probably wouldn't feel the context, you know what I mean, of it. But I think it's growing at its own trajectory. A lot of people try to compare genres, but I think we're on our own sort of growth and path, and the world being more open now to be. Everybody want to wine, in some form. So I think we fit in, stuff like, the way that Afrobeat is also getting some lengths and forwards. We as well to sort of, it's easy for us to step in the same doors because it's come from the same place, you know what I mean?
Come on, and do you know what I love about the genre? I think the more you find out about it, the more you fall in love with it. I think the average fan out there doesn't know, or like let's say the armchair fan doesn't know about power soca, groovy, stuff like that.
Yes.
And just when you start to hear about the nuances and even the historical split from Calypso and stuff like that,
definitely,
they're beautiful nuances. In terms of groovy and power, you do a lot of groovy.
Yeah.
But you've also dabbled in power as well.
Once in a while, you know what I mean?
Why have you leaned towards groovy?
I mean, groovy to me kind of like gives me the door, because I mix genres a lot, especially even within the soca. So it gives me that sort of BPM that's accessible to all genres, like Hello is a track that people don't know is even a soca song, They may, think it's all these other things. And I like that. I like the fact that, a song could end up in anybody's doorstep. Power is a little more directed to the carnival experience, which is cool to me too. But a good song is a good song. So for instance, I don't have to have a power every year, let's just say. But if a power song comes along that I think, this is bad, like it's just a good song, I don't care if it's power or groovy. I just want to do it. You know what I mean?
This is why you're called a music artist. You're an artist.
Yeah, man.
I like that you don't want to box yourself in, and just whatever comes to you, whatever's good music, you're going to take it on.
A good song.
Speaking of good music,
yeah, man.
You released a track a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, man.
Mechanic.
Yes, sir.
Rocket Full Rhythm. What can you tell me about? We're about to play it for the listeners.
Yeah, man. Big up to King Bubba. This out of Barbados. Bajan Soca has had an influence in me in the 90s, the Bajan invasion. So this music kind of gives me that Bajan island vibe that I loved, and Mechanic just kind of came out. It was just my car was getting trouble, and I was like, wow. I was like, there's a situation where everybody need a good mechanic, and I know women need a good mechanic too.
Come on now, you're always about the double entendre.
Yeah, I mean that's Kaiso, that's Kaiso.
There's no worse feeling in the world than when your car starts to break down. Honestly, when you hear it about to splutter and it comes to like a stop, I honestly feel like, oh my god, I'm on the middle of the A40, I'm on the middle of some motorway, and the next 2 hours are going to be painful.
Yeah, but
and I love that. Like I said, I love that your songs always have dual meaning.
Yes.
Have you been a mechanic in your time in both senses of the word? You told us you don't tell.
Sometimes, man, I have to put on the coveralls and get dirty. Good.
Listen, you're making me stop it. You haven't even told us those tour stories. Maybe.
I thought I ducked that well. I thought I did a good thing there.
You thought you got away with it. Maybe you know what? Maybe after this track I might have something for you. We might have to talk about it. But the new track, you've been very active this year.
Definitely.
You've been releasing some great tracks. Liki Tiki, Jolene, Mechanic.
Working on a new album actually. So and then it's kind of spilling over into Carnival right now. So it's been a lot. Now is the time for creativity again. So back in the studio a lot. I kind of spent the last month or and a half touring like crazy. So now I'm feeling like full of vibes now.
You're full of vibes.
You're ready for the next bout.
I can feel those vibes in front of me. For people who can't see Kes right now, obviously we're going to post this interview on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing again. Nice. But the vibrations are coming across the table. I can feel them. Fantastic, man. And this is the new track. Do you want to intro it again?
Yeah, sure. Big up, blessed to all the ladies who need a mechanic. Hey, we ready.
You're listening to Mechanic here on the Beat London's Drivetime show. I know you're enjoying the vibes. It's Thursday night and they say Thursday's a new Friday. You know it. But right now, we're going to put our star, our Soca icon, to the test. with a little game, and then we're going to wrap up the show. We've got 8 minutes left. So, in the UK, there's a famous phrase.
Right.
They say, don't kiss and tell. You heard of it?
Yeah.
Don't kiss and tell. Yeah. Today, we're going to Kes and Tell.
All right.
We're going to Kes and Tell. I'm going to give you a word. Mm-hmm. You've got to get creative. Right. I want you to just make up off the top of your head a random story based on that word.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you very simple words, and I just want to see where your brain goes. We want to see where your brain goes. How you can make the listeners intrigued with the story.
Oh my gosh!
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
First phrase. This one's actually 2 words. High heels.
I love how she walks in high heels. She's walk and wine.
You're gonna have to give me longer than that. Oh, okay. And the next one, because you've done fantastic.
It's a whole story.
I want like a 30-second, but you know what? We're gonna give you that one. We're gonna give you. We're gonna give you one of these.
You are.
I take it.
You're a winner. We're doing the thing. You win that one.
No
We're good.
It's just alright. Whole story.
I want to, but you know what? You done well. It's 1-1. I like that one. Number 2, cricket. Make something up. Top of your head.
Make something up.
Cricket. Go.
Geez and ages, I never could really bowl that well, but I could sure bat, broke some records,
Listen, you're coming with the one-liners.
One-liners, dog.
One more. Last one. Before we got to inject a bit of Trinidadian street food. Doubles. Go.
A good doubles tastes great without anything in it. Just without pepper, without anything. If you eat a doubles plain by itself and it tastes great, you win. Right? Doubles is the food for champions. Sometimes it's first thing in the morning, sometimes it's in the evening, sometimes in the afternoon. Anytime you eat a doubles, it's gonna taste great. So don't worry, it's always a good idea to get a doubles.
Come on now. You can never go wrong with doubles. And the last one, huge challenge. High heels, cricket, doubles all together in the same sentence or story. Jared's looking at me like, you have done him dirty.
You know, while I was eating at doubles in the cricket test match, you know what I mean? Everybody's having a good time, everybody's drinking, you know. I am my little short pants and vest. I look to my left and I see this lady in her high heels in cricket. I couldn't understand it, you know what I mean? But the way she was walking and whining, it makes sense because, yo, hey, nobody was watching cricket. Everybody was watching.
Hey, let's get a little. Bang, 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 bang. Get a round of applause in the studio.
Yes, sir.
You know what? We're putting you on the spot there with Kes and Tell. You did very well.
Thank you.
It's not easy for people to do that.
Nice.
Jared's very proud of you as well. I'm very proud of you.
See it in his face.
That was the inaugural game of Kes and Tell. Hopefully we'll take that one. Hopefully you can tell us off air the Kes and Tell.
Yeah.
You can tell us all the tour stories.
Yeah, man.
We've got 5
We'll exchange some stories with you all in there. Good.
Us for you here, we've got some crazy stories for you guys. We'll trade some more stories.
Good.
We've got 5 minutes to the show left.
Yes, sir.
It's been amazing having you here, by the way.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
I've got Excuse Me Miss coming up next. Big shout out to those guys from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you stick around. But I want to hear what's coming up next for you after the 60th Independence, after this, and after the Liki Tiki tour.
Right.
What are you doing end of the year?
So we have well, there's Miami Carnival, and then as well there is a few other tour stops. You know, we may touch Japan, we touch different zones, but that's when we prepare for Carnival as well too. So I'm going to be back in the studio preparing, releasing music, working on videos and singles, and just wrapping up that album and making sure we in our gears, you know, and ready. So, you know, just a bit of touring, creative music, just the works. I want to end off strong, this year strong, and prepared for the next, you know.
What? When can we expect this album? Can you give us some?
I'm actually looking towards releasing it alongside with Carnival. So it's going to be February
March
sort of vibes. So you're going to get singles coming up, and then February, you know, we want to catch that wave of Carnival too, you know, all our vibes there.
I'm excited. Is there a certain way you've angled this album? Is there a certain style you've gone down? What can you give us? I
mean, as you can hear from the first 2 songs, you're gonna hear that distinct, you know, vibe from us, but you're gonna hear influences from all over. You know, we've found a way to sort of maintain our sound, but yet not limit where we experiment. So, for instance, Liki Tiki is a Haitian Creole, you know, mix.
Amazing.
Jolene is more Afrobeat. You're gonna find stuff in the dancehall reggae vein. You're gonna find stuff, you know, even in a more of a pop vein, but all of that's gonna have me, you know, and our calypso and soca sound in it as well. And then you're gonna have some pure soca as well too. So it's just a kind of all-inclusive party with vibes and a Kes party. Kes party. That's what it is. It's a Kes Fete.
The Kes Fete.
Yeah,
listen, and we know that people turn up to the Kes Fete.
Yeah, man.
I'm very excited to hear this, man.
Yeah,
and tomorrow, do we get a shout out when you're on stage?
Yeah. Who knows, man? Have a part 2.
Listen, if just promise me, if you see, which I know he will, if you see him dancing again in the crowd, can you throw him on?
Yeah, man.
Throw him on for a quick crowd. If you remember us, I know you're gonna have thousands of people in front of you.
No, man, it's gonna be cool. That was a good memory doing Trinidad. Thank God, circus complete, man. Good.
No, it was honestly fantastic. And my last question to you, it's a question about this great city. I know you said you like to come here to travel, to eat, to do everything.
Yeah.
What's your best memory in London?
I have to say, you know, something simple as going to a football match. We went to Arsenal match.
For Arsenal?
You know, well, our team, our bandmates support Arsenal. I don't support one person. I had so much heartbreak.
Yeah, way too much.
But the match itself was amazing. We had such a good time. It was a good time to just see real England and, you know, all the wags and all that.
You're the only guy I know who goes to the football match and talks about the wags.
Yeah, man, it's a whole, you know, scene, and we're not accustomed to that, you know. So it was nice. It was a good time.
Oh, you're too funny. I thought that sentence was gonna finish like, I love the passion of the English fans. I love hearing the chants.
Yeah, man.
You're looking at the wags.
Yeah.
Listen, the players got to watch out, you know. All the players, Granit Xhaka, Gabriel Jesus.
They're shouting as hard as the fans. They're cursing as hard as the fans. I love that. I love how passionate they were.
Listen, I can assure you this. I've got 2 things to tell you. You're number one. You are always welcome back.
Thank you, man.
Whenever you're back in London, I know it's been a long time, but you're always welcome through these doors. So that's number one. Number two, we are gonna scream our heads off tomorrow.
Bless
at
man.
Troxy. That's the best. That's the best we can do tomorrow.
Yes, man.
I know you're gonna supply the vibes.
Definitely, we come to bring it.
You always turn up.
Turn up.
Yes. And thank you for coming on, man.
Blessed man.
Any last words?
Yeah, I know you all are welcome to come Trinidad as well for 23 and everybody else who's listening. And to all the people who holding it down here and all the people who pushing the energy and keeping it vibrating like you all and everybody here, all the people building Mass and Juve, love and blessings to everybody, keeping Notting Hill alive and all the energy alive.
Absolutely beautiful words there. If you haven't been to Trinidad Carnival, Kes has spoken here.
Come true.
That's it for another drive time. You got Excuse Me Miss coming up next.